new at 6. A heated debate now raging in Sacramento as lawmakers consider a new bill that would make it nearly impossible for drivers to speed. Senate Bill 961 would require cars made or sold in California from 2027 and beyond to be equipped with so-called speed limiters that would use GPS and a database of roadway speeds to prevent cars from traveling more than 10 miles per hour above the speed limit. State Senator Scott Wiener represents San Francisco. He introduced the Safer California Streets package, which this bill is a part of, and you can see the state senator with me now live tonight. Thank you so much for being with me. First, explain in your own words, how does this work?
Sure. Well, first of all, why this is important is that more than 4,000 Californians every year are dying on our roads, and many more than that are being seriously injured. And excessive reckless speed is a significant factor in these escalating deaths. And so this, what we call a speed limiter or speed governor, it's established existing technology. There are cars being produced today that have them. There are cities that are converting and that have converted their municipal fleets to have these limitations. And what they do is they prevent the vehicle from traveling more than 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. And there is an emergency override that can be like a temporary override. But the point is that, you know, it's super dangerous to drive 50, 60 miles an hour in a residential neighborhood where kids are playing and seniors are walking around, or to travel 90, 100 or more miles per hour on a freeway. And so we have the technology to save lives.
Now, for people who hear you and say, yes, this is a problem, but what about enforcement from police? What about that? And what about the idea that this is simply just government overreach and Big Brother? What do you say to them?
Well, in terms of law enforcement, we don't have enough officers to be everywhere all the time enforcing speed limits. And wouldn't it be great if they could focus on other things, since we have a technology to deal with this? In addition, we need to be very clear. We're not even proposing to be physically limited to the speed limit, which, by the way, is the law. But to say you can go up to 10 miles over the speed limit. And I'm all about personal freedom, but I don't think people have personal freedom to drive in a super dangerous way that's risking killing or killing someone or turning them into a quadriplegic. That's where we go beyond personal freedom. This is about basic safety. It's a really reasonable approach. And I'm glad that we've sparked this conversation.
How do you, you mentioned that there is an override feature, because we see plenty of road rage incidents that happen across Southern California all the time. And if somebody needs to speed up beyond the 10 miles per hour, how does that work?
Well, it would be, and it can be designed in a particular way. And this will be a subject of conversation around this bill. And we're already receiving really valuable feedback, and I hope that we'll continue to receive constructive feedback. But there are ways that you can temporarily override it. But also, one of the reasons we have road rage is that people are so accustomed to driving at whatever speed they want to drive at that they get upset when they can't do that. So part of this is about the way we design cars. Just like cars didn't used to have seatbelts, then they did. Then we required that people wear seatbelts, and there were people who were really upset about that and claimed that it violated their personal freedom. How many lives have been saved?
Do you have the support? We have less than 30 seconds. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just want to get this in before we have to say goodbye to you. Do you have the support?
Well, it's a brand new bill. We have a lot of support from people who fight for safer streets and to save lives. There will be opposition as well, and it'll be a really constructive conversation this year.
Okay. Well, we should also point out that the European Union did pass something like this that goes into effect by July of this year. California State Senator Scott Wiener, thank you so much for being with me tonight.
Thank you.